Hello, my name is Eliud.
And my name is Luis Alfonso.
Today we are going to talk about the terrorist attack on the Twin Towers.
Yes, we will explain it what happened and its impact on the world.
Today we're going to talk about one of the most significant events of the 21st century, the September 11, 2001 attacks. To truly understand what happened that day, we need to begin with the context that made it possible. The terrorist organization Al Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden, had developed a deep hostility toward the United States over many years. One key factor was the USA military presence in Saudi Arabia after the Gulf War of 1991. For bin Laden and other extremists, having foreign military bases in the land that holds the holy city of Mecca and Medina was an unforgivable desecration. Additionally, the conditional USA support for Israel in its conflict with Palestine generated enormous resentment throughout much of the Arab world. Finally, there was a broader narrative of rejecting Western influence in the Muslim world. Al-Qaeda promoted an extremist ideology that sought to establish an Islamic caliphate under a radical interpretation of Islam. This heightened the conflict and became the prelude to what would happen next.
It's important to mention that this didn't come out of nowhere. Now, Al Qaeda had already attacked the US targets before. That embassies in Kenya and Tanzania in 1998, and the US coal ship in Yemen in 2000. September 11th was the culmination of this escalation. Now then, how did the attack unfold? On the morning of September 11th, 2001, 19 terrorists carried out of devastatingly simple plan. Hijacked four commercial airplanes full of fuel and turned them into weapons. Some of these terrorists had taken flying lessons in the United States for months. At daily 46 in the morning, the first plane stuck in the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Many thought it was an accident, but 17 minutes later, a second plane hit the South Tower, and it became clear that the United States was under a coordinated attack. A third plane crashed into the Pentagon at 90:37. The fourth plane, 7, reaches its target because passengers, after learning by phone about the other attacks, decided to confront the hijackers. That plane crashed in a field in Pennsylvania.
Meanwhile, in New York, the unimaginable was happening. The South Tower collapsed at 9:59 a.m., just 56 minutes after impact. The North Tower fell at 10:28 a.m. Two 110-story buildings, symbols of American economic power, crumbled in seconds, creating massive clouds of dust that covered all of the lower Manhattan. The immediate consequences were devastating. 2,977 people died that day: passengers, office workers, firefighters, police officers, and emergency personnel. It was the deadliest attack on USA soul in the nation's history. Just 1 month later, the United States invaded Afghanistan, where Al Qaeda had its bases. This marked the beginning of the so-called War on Terror, which became the longest war in USA history, lasting 20 years until 2021.
The long term consequences were even more profound. In 2003, the United States invaded Iraq under premise that later proved false, destabilizing the entire Middle East region. This stabilization eventually contributed to the rise of groups such as ISIS. Within the United States, September 11th completely transformed society. The Department of Homeland Security was created, and the Patriotic Act was passed, dramatically expanding the government's surveillance. airports, implementing the strict security measures we all know today. There was also deep psychological impact for the first time in decades. Americans experienced as a collective sense of vulnerability within their own territories.